Hi guys, welcome back to the usual place. It's been about 10 days of excitement at the SEA Games in Thailand, and my guests today have been part of the Team Singapore contingent. Kerstin Ong made her SEA Games debut and completed the 100 meters hurdle after trying for a decade to qualify for the Games. But that race came with its own hurdle. Now, meanwhile, swimmer Amanda Lim won gold and set a new Games record in the women's 50 meters freestyle event. Now, she also announced that this will be her last SEA Games after competing at this regional meet 10 times and winning 21 gold medals at this Games. Now, Kerstin, Amanda, welcome to the usual place, and thank you for dropping by after such an intense week for both of you. And I want to start with what happened in each of your individual events. So, Kerstin, maybe you want to kick us off with your very dramatic.
You're putting me with a 10 times SEA Games athlete, and I'm like my first time here.
Yeah, very different stories and also very different things happening for someone who's been to the Games 10 times and someone for the first time. But you've also been trying for very long.
I tried for 10 years.
And you made it. And you made it. And it was not. Was it the Games you hoped it would be?
Of course, I wish that there weren't any issues. I wish that my finals timing where I broke the record. Now I believe I broke the record. I wish that it was recognized, but it wasn't recognized, and that's how it is. It's not in my control, and it doesn't affect just me. It affected everyone on that day, on the afternoon and evenings races. So everyone's time across all the countries were all affected. Okay. So mine is just a national record, and then another athlete's a SEA Games record, and it's not recognized. So I think that's probably a lot more heart pain for that athlete.
So tell us what happened during that race. So this was actually a timing system issue, right?
Yes.
So what happened? Because there was two races that you took part in.
Right. So in the heats, after I ran finish, people were texting me, "Oh my gosh, you ran at 13.47." I'm like, no way. Was I that fast? No way. Then I went to see my coach and our data analysis guy. I'm like, do you believe the timing? And they all said no. And I texted another coach, and he gave me a split. The hand times were 14. So 13.4 to 14 was too big. Usually maybe the difference is about 0.2 seconds difference. So we were all confused. And I knew that was also a bit off. And then I texted the SEA Games group, hey, this timing is a bit off. But then we have the finals in an hour's time. So I couldn't really deal with that.
You just put it off your mind. You're I need to get ready for the final.
Went back to the warm-up area. We saw all the other athletes, and we were all saying, do you believe it?
Was everyone kind of in a state of shock, disbelief? Or
we were all a bit confused. You sure? Got that fast? We were all confused. A couple of us. Some of them didn't want to engage with it because they want to focus on the finals.
Oh, someone was yeah, I ran that.
Yeah, exactly. No, they want to focus on the finals, and they were also medal potential, right? So we just, in the end, afterwards, tried to just focus on our own warm-ups. And then went to the courtroom. We were still laughing about it for a bit. Before we went out, we were all okay, we are serious now. And then we went in for the finals. The timing not being recognized is not in our control. And we all said, okay, we just got to wait for the official paper, because that's when we'll see whether it's real or not. In the end, we had the official paper, which was a bit weird, because we all know it was quite off. Apparently,
and did the official paper come before the final?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was a bit,
Wait, so the official time is still 13.4?
Yeah, 13.47 in the official paper. So we were all how? And people were saying how is Singapore going to recognize this time, because we all knew that it was actually
maybe
a bit
you just 13.4, you're just that fast, man.
I would
it was the day when
so.
you beat your own, you bettered your own national record, right?
Before I saw my own race video, I went to the application to track through the timings, and I knew it was
ChatGPT.
No lah.
Analyze my time.
No lah. The coach's eye thing. Yeah. So I knew that was very off. I also wish it was a 13.4 but I know that my body wasn't capable of that. Couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Not yet. Hopefully in future. That's definitely the goal.
So when you go into the finals and you have this was it on your mind?
Yeah.
You thinking
a bit, because I was then
I think somehow
you were overall. So I suddenly became better potential, and I don't know what's the real timing, because we can't really judge against the first heat, right? So I'm thinking will I have better chance or maybe not, because everyone's timing was a bit all over the place, right? I texted one of my training partner, did I look fast? And he said, honestly, you didn't even look like you ran a 13.4. I said,
true facts.
He was being very honest. And I said, do you think the heat one was faster than me? He said, yeah, way faster. I was like, okay. Then okay, never mind. Went to the start line, all I had to do was to focus on my own cues and focus on my own executions. If I can run my best, whatever I place, that's all that that's all that matters because I gave my best. At least I don't want to turn back and look back and regret like I didn't do my best.
And then now you do the final, and then there's this timing that you've got, which is closer to your national record of like 13.86.
Correct. My previous record was 13.86.
That's your national record that you had before the Asian Games. Before SEA Games, sorry. And then now you hit 13.85. Yes.
Yeah.
And that meant that you broke the national record.
I was like, yes. Now it's a legit national record. I kept telling people, just now it was fake. Like, this is the real one. So we all like had that thinking that only the hits won't be counted. The finals, everything would have been fine. Then at night they had a team meeting to announce that they are not recognizing the times. And I thought it was just hits. And then they said it was the whole afternoon and evening. And I'm like, what? Like, even the finals? Like, sure. Like, can we do anything to appeal this? Like, Indonesia appealed, Philippines appealed, Thailand appealed. Can Singapore also go and appeal? Like, we just want the finals to be recognized. So my association actually went to like appeal this. In fact, they told me they had to pay money to appeal, right? They had to pay money to appeal to not recognize my 13.4.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they went into the room saying that like, I want to appeal, I don't want 13.4 to be recognized. Yeah. So everyone stared at my
So
gym,
every country paid the appeal fee.
I'm not sure like how many else.
Probably,
but Singapore paid. And then they all staring like, huh? You don't want to recognize the time? So they were all a bit confused. But that's when I think they started to do all their checks about what's happening. Then they decided to just script the whole afternoon and evening. Because they couldn't determine when things were fixed.
Did they ever tell you all what was the issue then? Did they tell you what was the issue then?
No, we just hear it from talks and here and our own
Technical issues.
Yeah.
they just said
I mean, so it
technical
was
issues.
reported that it was technical issues, but what did they tell the athletes at that time? Like,
Same.
Technical issues. Yeah,
okay.
There were some issues.
But they didn't explain what technical issues were.
Nothing exact. Yeah, just
Okay.
technical issues.
So I have to ask, because you were quite calm to me on social media. Obviously, like, you were like, okay, what did you say, Kerstin? What did you say on social media?
I know.
What did I say?
Just run faster.
I was like,
I mean, it's quite
a
funny.
bit calm, like,
I really don't have any other choice, right? It's really just run faster,
just be angry. I will
She's
be
making
like,
lemons out of lemon. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
making lemonades.
Correct. Like,
yeah, just run faster.
I just gotta
put
run
it on a
faster.
shirt, Kerstin. After this, put it on a shirt, okay?
just
And
run
then
faster, law.
yeah.
Like, people are all talking about it. Like,
Yeah.
that law makes me so Singaporean.
Yeah, but were you angry? Were you like, ready to like, throw fists?
I mean, 13.4 was definitely like, I knew it was
not
definitely
it.
not mine.
Okay.
So no matter what, I didn't want it, And also because like, if they recognize it, it's very hard for me to break the record again. And like, we do get national record breaking incentives. Not that much, but it's still a good amount of
Something.
money. Yeah, it's still something. Like, we get like $1,000, right? And then
Yeah, that's a lot. we get like almost like 1/10 out of
What?
it if we break the national record. So
I thought like 1,000 was very little already.
we train
and I
our
was
life for it.
What?
That's but anyway,
That's
I haven't broken a national record in a while.
But you broke a
So
record.
yeah, but
Yeah.
there's no incentive from that.
Okay, it has to be a national record.
Well, they used to
Okay.
have incentives for SEA Games record actually by
SEA Games Federation.
yeah, like no, not SEA Games, SNOC, like the MAP Awards. Yeah, but they scrapped that a few years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I think we're still
I'm no
processing.
longer
Yeah, we're still processing.
complaining.
this.
Yeah.
Yes, but okay. So we'll get into funding
Yeah.
and the whole athlete life in a bit. But Kerstin, I wanted to ask you. You go to the games, it's your first time there. Unfortunately, this time you didn't win a medal. But I think what people don't realize it takes a lot to get to the SEA Games. Like you train really, really hard. What was your biggest takeaway from this outing?
Okay, so firstly, I had to break the national record to even go to the start line.
Okay, let's remember that. Let's remember that, guys. You have to
So,
break a national record.
I had to
do
break
this,
a
yes.
freaking national
Yes.
record to
Yeah.
get there.
Yeah.
So I was like, that really blows my mind. And that would have qualified me for like many other editions as well. But the standards kept improving. Like my current times I ran in the finals would have placed me like 4th in the last edition and would have won me many bronze and silver in the last few editions as well. But right now I was placed 7. Yeah, so the whole standards for Southeast Asia has increased a lot. And that only means I just really have to train harder or, I just really have to work a lot more on my own self and on my own training. And that's why I went full-time as well.
Which we'll get into about the whole thing that you did there. And
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was the first games that
Yeah.
you did, Southeast Asian Games, you're sitting next to someone who's been there for 10 times. Who's been there 10
My
times.
first and
Yes.
it's the last.
Yes, your first and it's at last.
Wow.
So Amanda, as I said, 10th SEA Games. But very interesting for me because I was watching you and going by the commentary and the news reports after the race, right? No, it seems like the commentators were kind of like focused on on your competition, like everybody else, might make it. And it seems like they kind of like underestimated you in the going into the race. Like, did you feel that, or were you like just in your own element? You're like just ignoring everybody. What was that like for you?
Actually, I didn't really like know that until I watched the replay and when I hear the commentaries and everything, right? I think it's also because like for the past 2-3 years, not having like been training at the National Training Center, I just have a lot of like lesser face time in the media. I just wanted to keep my head down and just do what I want to do on my own timeline. And then I think maybe that contributed to just me not existing as much. But I knew that I had a good fighting chance to medal, and I really wanted to medal. Actually, I really wanted to win. So I was telling myself, no matter what happens, I just have to get my hands on the wall first.
Because you won this 6 times before this games, right? And
Yeah.
this is considered like your pet event.
It is my pet event.
Yeah.
So I won that race. My first SEA Games was in 2007. I was 14. And I was actually just part of the relay team. So I won a silver medal there. And then from 2009 all the way to 2019. So I've won every 50 meters freestyle at every SEA Games. Then I lost it in the past two, 2021, 2023. So I really wanted to kind of like regain back the throne. And that being my 10th one, it's a full circle moment. Yeah, and I guess it just feels right to me. Yeah.
What was going through your head in the call room? So just for people who are watching, the call room is basically where all the athletes are, right? And then you call your name and then you go out for your event, right? Now you go into that call room knowing that this will be your last, because you swam in just one event at this SEA Games, right?
Yep.
What was going through your mind? Like, were you like, thinking about things and you were like, were you just very calm? Were you chatting with other people? What was that like?
Actually, I was just blasting music in my ears.
Oh, what song? Which artist?
I'm a huge EDM fan.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like, but I mean, recently I've been listening to a lot of Taylor Swift too. I'm just so obsessed with one of her songs. But usually I'm like blasting music and it's just like pure adrenaline. Yeah, I'm kind of like shaking a little bit and I'm a good racer. Like I race well. So if you put me beside anyone that's kind of like same as me and I know that I can win or close to win, I would usually win.
Wow.
Yeah, so I do well with that. Like I don't do well racing alone, which is something that I'm trying to learn as well because I'm supposed to do my own race, But this time around, I think because I also train alone, and that is also why I wanted to train alone as well, because just to train that part of me whereby like I need to swim my own race. And then I guess I just wanted to go out there and just have like one last shot at it. Yeah, like at the SEA Games is very different. Like even though it's not, okay, for swimming, it's not a very high caliber competition in terms of like the timings. But the weight of the nation, because there's like Asian Games, because there's Chinese, there's Japanese, right? And in SEA Games, we are the top swimming nation. So I would say like we are the benchmark for it. So then it's not really very, very high compared to like world level. I would say maybe like top 40 performance at the world compared to this. But it's just the amount of pressure, the amount of, I guess, people that watches, the media, it adds on to the adrenaline and like the pressure to deliver. And that is very hard to replicate at any competition, which I feel like that's what needs to change a little bit, even for myself. Yeah. So then I just wanted to use that pressure and just deliver. Yeah.
So after the swim, after the race, you had a very emotional moment because you were talking to the media and you spoke about your father.
Yeah.
And your father actually just passed away in September this year, right?
Yeah.
you did say that he was your biggest motivation in your career, and I wanted to find out, like, did he give you any, like, now you're retiring from the SEA Games, did he give you any, like, advice going into this stage of your career?
Actually, when I saw that, and I thought back, if there's any motivating things that he has said to me, I would say there's none. Because my dad is like an Asian, like a traditional Asian man. Okay, before I get into my dad's story, right? I think a very interesting thing to say is that my dad's actually a Taoist priest, which Kerstin's dad is also a Taoist priest.
Oh, okay.
So they know each other.
Do they know each other? Oh, okay.
Yes, they do. They know each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
So her dad actually came to my dad's funeral, and the dad was actually part of like the 20-strong team of priests that was doing all the rituals and everything.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty interesting. But them being such a religious man, I think like they are not very outspoken with their feelings. So honestly, in the past 1 or 2 months leading up to, I would say, his last days, he has never mentioned to me about the SEA Games. Not even a breath, not even a word. The only thing is when I asked him whether he wants to go and watch the SEA Games, because I needed to buy tickets for him, right? But he just gave me a very vague answer. He'll be like, yeah, maybe, see how. That's all he said. Yeah, but deep down, I know that the SEA Games means a lot to him. But he would also proudly and, outgoingly tell his friends that, he's very proud of us. Yeah, but he just never, but he just never tell us, like tell me or like my brother, So I guess that's something that I have to accept, that that I would never have hear any of like these motivational words or like this kind of heartfelt stuff from my dad. Yeah.
So, I mean, you said he was a very Asian there, right? So instead of saying, does he ask you, like, do you swim today? Like, was he like on you about training and like he was just like, you do you?
Yeah, nothing.
Okay.
They are not, like, my parents are not on me. So, and everything I do, it's really just what I want to do. Yeah, and honestly, they wanted me to stop swimming a few years ago. And then I basically told them, I said that, well, like, the decision to stop is not a decision that's made by you guys, but me. But I took it the wrong way, which I actually felt a bit guilty saying that, because like they only meant well for me because they see that I'm so tired every day and they didn't want me to be tired anymore. Yeah, but I saw it from the point of view where like, like you should stop. Yeah, but it was from the other perspective. Yeah, but that was the only thing that they kind of say in my career. Oh, actually no. Actually, when I was primary 6, my dad actually told me that if I wanted to continue swimming, I should go to the sports school. Actually, she went to the sports school too.
Yeah,
we were like
your
secondary
journeys are
school.
like quite like
Yeah. So okay, so then like adding on to that, right? Even though it's Kerstin's first SEA Games, like I've seen her since she was like 13 years old. Because like from a young girl, from the young girl, she'll be on the track. Like I've seen how she struggled with the journey, how she tries, how she works, full-time job and everything. Like I totally relate that. Yeah, it's not easy. So then, so anyway, back to the primary 6, right? My dad told me that if I want to continue swimming, I go to the sports school. If I want to go to a mainstream school, then he won't want me to swim, because I guess he knows that it's going to be very tiring and challenging to be juggling both the sport and school. So that was the only advice that he gave me actually when I was 12.
When you were 12?
Yeah.
It's like, but when you spoke about him at the SEA Games,
Yeah.
did you feel him, like
I did.
presence there? And
Yeah, I did. Actually, leading up to the moment, to my race, I thought about my dad a lot. Like how I would feel at the pool, how I would feel if I win. Yeah, but
because
honestly,
whenever you win at games, or even if you didn't, or if you attended, what would his reaction be? Like,
he'd be there to watch. Yeah, so he has been there to watch every SEA Games other than the past 2, I think, 2 or 3, because of COVID. And then, I think he wasn't well. He was already not well in
Previous
2023. Yeah, so then he didn't come this one.
Okay.
Yeah, so he will be there watching every race, every SEA Games. Yeah.
And picking up something, that your parents said about you being tired. You've been like racing for almost 2 decades now, because as you mentioned, you started when you were like 14.
Yeah.
Long time. How do you, stay, have your mind in this game like for that long?
I think like, okay, so 14 is my first SEA Games, right? So I probably started racing like 11. So I started like training since I was 10. So yes, so I'm like very tired all the time. But the thing is, I love racing. Yeah, so like I live to race. Like in training, if there's no one beside me, I don't swim as hard, which is bad.
Oh, your type is
Yeah.
competitive swimmer. Very competitive.
Yeah, I'm very competitive, right?
Yeah.
And then like if anyone at training who's actually slower than me in actual races, they kind of like swim faster than me in the pool, or like they save up and then like they go faster for the last one, I'll be so angry.
Like, why are you not giving your best?
Yeah, I was like, why are you not giving your best, you know? Like, why do you have to save up for the last one? So I'm very competitive. And I think over the years, I think what gave me the motivation to continue, especially now, is because I only did my personal best last year. Yeah. I don't know, my journey has been like so filled with, I guess, mostly lows. I would say like maybe like
That was not what I thought you were going to say.
Like that golden girl.
yeah, I guess like there's a lot of
21
Yeah.
medals, gold at this SEA Games, like, and more. Yeah.
what
We're still processing this.
yeah, like there's a lot of things behind the scenes that people don't see, right?
Yeah,
and for you also. I think, so okay, let's rewind this. So actually I did my personal best in 2009.
Wow, I haven't been joined sports school.
Yeah.
I joined sports school at 2010.
Oh yeah. How much younger are you?
I'm 28 this year.
Okay. Actually, yeah.
4
okay.
years apart?
Yeah,
4
4 years.
years
4
apart.
years younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so technically you're one.
Because I know when I joined, you're like graduating.
Oh.
And then like I look at you like this scared girl. Don't even dare to say hi. Just walk past.
Do you know everybody in
We kind of know almost
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we kind of actually almost
Yeah.
have.
Very very small.
It's small.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but she's like the scary one.
Oh, why?
I'm sure she's not. But I mean, like imagine like a 13-year-old coming in. This girl is like the golden girl, right? So of course you get a bit scared.
Maybe I got RBF last time.
You do.
Do I?
She was angry at the person who stored up their
From
just,
training,
like,
right?
walking
Because getting
around,
out
just,
from
like,
training.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're gonna say about your lows in.
So I did my personal best in 2009. I remember that it was during the Asian Youth Games in sports school. So I did my national record and my personal best there, and then I've never touched it again for like 10 years. Also because we had the band swimsuit there. I don't know whether you guys know about it. Like it's like a NASA spacesuit. It's super cool. Like when you, I just feel so fast in the water. But anyway, they banned it in like 2010. So then it took me quite a while to get back to my non-band suit time. I think I only did that in like 2019. Yeah, and then I only dropped a significant amount of time last year when I was trying to qualify for the Paris Olympics. And then I dropped the time after I changed up the whole of my training program. And then I was like, wow, like there's still so much more that I can do. And honestly, deep down, I feel like I can be much faster. Like there's a feeling. Like, do you get a feeling?
Yeah, that's why I'm still here.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess like no matter what other people say, if you feel like you still can go and be faster, that's what keeps us going. You know, that's what keeps us having a full-time job, trying to fund the passion, and after that making a decision to quit, to fully focus on it. I've tried the juggling, and I've tried the full-time just swimming, full-time, okay, not full-time just working because I've always been swimming. So I guess still trying to figure out like what works, you know, even though after so long. And I think that is something that the sport like really teaches us, you know, just to adapt to like all these very new, this like new uncontrollable environment, like your timing system glitch. You know, you just have to do it.
Have to do it. But I'm glad you brought up the thing about, I mean, you mentioned it in a very calm voice about how you're juggling training with your job and everything. But actually, I think a lot of people, we always look at the medal, right? At the end of the goal, there's this medal tally. But I think we don't talk a lot enough about the sacrifices that athletes like you guys make, because, Kerstin, you have documented it quite detailed, down even to the Excel spreadsheet of like, the amount that you spend.
Yeah.
That's finances. You also juggle like having a full-time job, as you also have a full-time job, Amanda, and and then training in the morning, then getting to work, then training after, then eating right. I think we don't talk a lot about that, and I wanted to hear from both of you. What's it like to compete like that? I mean, Kerstin, let's start with you because you quit your full-time job right before you broke the national record.
Yeah.
So tell us about that. Because
Okay, but when I first was complaining about like my full-time job and training, Amanda was the one that actually gave me pretty good advice.
Oh, what
she
did she
was
say? Yes.
telling me that she's also having a job. Like she just got to find ways to work around it. And I'm like, huh, you got a full-time job too? Like I thought you are like full-time nationality. She said, no, she got a full-time job as well. It is hard, but we just got to find our own ways to make things work. And that made me like, okay, Kerstin, stop complaining. Yeah. I
guess
was like, I
maybe-
think 2 years ago or something. Like,
Yeah.
you're also having a full-time job. And if she can do it, it just really makes me feel like, man, I really got to stop complaining. Because I think swimming training is really crazy. Like it's a known thing in sports school that the swimmers are a bit mad.
Intense.
They're in a pool
Yeah,
by
I would
5
say-
a.m.
I would say intense, but she said mad. Okay.
No, it's mad.
Yeah,
it's really
mad.
insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy, yeah.
The training for
It's
like
crazy.
it's a known thing for the swimmers is really insane. 5 a.m. you're in the pool already, and they'll be the last to get up from the pool. We're all done with our training. I start my training maybe 7 a.m. We're eating our breakfast. Then they're getting out from the pool.
We rush.
Yeah.
Then
Then
late
they
for
quickly
school.
eat and then they rush back to like change out everything. It's damn crazy. And then they're in the pool again at like 3 o'clock.
Well, it sounds like they're used to the hustle life, but
You never get used to it. But it's just how it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like swimmers is really like next level. And when she tells me that she also have a full-time job, it makes me realize, okay, I really just got to find my ways to make things work and just stop being so negative. Yeah, really, yeah. Just really trying to
But
find
it
things
was
to work.
quite intense for you. I mean, you were documenting this. I mean, you even had nosebleeds.
Yeah.
Which is like, what? And there was a lot of blood that I saw. Like, what was happening there? So just walk us through a day and like what happened with your health and stuff like
I
that.
guess because I wasn't sleeping a lot. Like I was sleeping very, very little, 3 to 5 hours a day.
Because you will get up at like 5 to train.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I sleep like maybe 1, or by the time I fall asleep, it's like 2 or 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because by the time I end off my work, it's usually around 1 a.m. And like my
Yeah.
mind sometimes just not ready for bed
Yes.
yet.
Still
so
running.
The sleep is just really very, very little. And it was very, very exhausting lah. And I wanted to show people that how it's actually very tough to do sports. And regardless like where we place or how we perform, whether we don't even make it to the finals, it's actually a journey that's so, so tough. And I wish that Singaporeans can be just more encouraging if they actually saw the real side of the journey. So that's why I started documenting all of this as well. It is tough, but then also another part of me also wanted to let people know that if you really want things to work, you can still find ways to make it work, even if you have a full-time job. If you really want it, like you still can make things work around it. I tell my bosses that I want to come in a bit late so I can start, so I can do my trainings in the morning, because I know evenings I'm too tired, so I won't train. So then thankfully my bosses previously were all very supportive of this. But I also tell them that I tell the other athletes, like if you all have a 9 to 6 job, you still can train at 7 to 9 p.m. Which is what I did in university. Like you still can make it work. It's very tiring, but if you want it, then you can make it work.
I mean, something you said earlier about how you didn't know that Amanda had a
Yeah, I didn't
full-time
know.
job. Do you think there's this misconception in Singapore that athletes
Yeah.
are full-time athletes?
That's true. Everyone thinks that we are being paid to swim monthly, and yeah, we're just like pros. But there's really just a very small handful of people in Singapore. Like I guess you would have to place top 8 in the world to be to be considered as a professional, or actually getting enough support from the government monthly to fund your lifestyle.
Yeah.
But most, like 90% of us is just self-funded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that, when you turn up at your job or when you turn up at the pool or the racetrack, do you sometimes feel like you're shortchanging one or the other?
Oh,
Of course.
we just had this conversation in the gym actually.
Oh, okay.
Right,
What
you
was
remember?
happening? Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing weights and then she was doing weights. And so she was asking me, since when you come here? I'm like, oh, recently only like started. Because I changed up a bit my program. And so I went to exercise gym. If not, I'm always never there. Then we
Yeah.
started talking about like the funding, we talk about like the work, we talk
ranting
about like
with each other.
we do our sets and then we come back with resting talking and do our sets. Yeah. It was quite funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's that like for you, like Amanda, with the job and
I think like just adding on to what she said, right? The most important thing is to have a very good ecosystem around you, a very good support system, especially when you have a boss where it's understanding towards what you do. I can't speak for her, but for me, my job, like the only reason why I can continue swimming and working is because of the bosses there. Yes, a lot of times I feel like I'm shortchanging, especially, okay, one very good example was I won the gold medal, right? And I've been on unpaid leave for the past 2 months in October and November. And because of my father in September, I was barely at work. I would say maybe 1 week, and even with that, I was working from home. So I didn't even see any of them for like 3 weeks. Not 3 weeks, 3 months. And then me now winning the medal, and like he wanted to have a small celebration for me.
This is your boss?
Yes, my boss.
Okay.
Yeah. So I work in Ernst & Young in people consulting. My boss is actually a very good golfer. Shout out to Samir. He knows more about sports than me. I just found out yesterday. But anyway, okay, where was I?
He was gonna throw you a party?
Yeah, create a party. And then I was like, I don't really need that, because like I feel bad that I haven't been at work for the past 3 months, and then now I'm back, and then like you guys are celebrating my gold medal. I guess the company is very happy for me, but for me as a person, I feel like I haven't like created value for the team. I haven't helped them out as much, because I know how much work they have. And even when I'm on projects, when I'm at work, sometimes I have to run out to train, sometimes I have to work remotely. It's things like that where it adds up day to day. And we don't want like the team members to feel like, hey, that they have like special treatment,
right?
which we do. But like we try and make it work. Like we are trying our best to give our best at work, and also like trying to do what we love. Yeah, but I'm very lucky to have a very supportive company who allows me to just go on unpaid leave.
Yeah. And that's the same with you, Kerstin, right? Like your company was also quite supportive.
Yeah, they were also quite supportive, but that's just that guilt lah.
Yeah, it's that
guilt
that you
put
feel
on yourself that you can't.
Yeah.
For your colleagues. And,
Yeah.
Because I'll be overseas quite a lot, like every month, or I work from overseas when, by right,
Yeah.
that's not the norm lah. But
Yeah.
they allowed that for me, and
we also know that every company is like not trying to hire people now. Like the job market now is very bad.
Yeah.
But yet, no, I'm not at work, but there's still a space for me in the company.
it's a guilt lah. I mean, we appreciate, of course. We
appreciate it a lot.
So
Yeah.
I have to ask, when you meet athletes from other countries, are they also like in the same situation, or do they like
Most of
train
them are
full-time
full-time
athletes?
athletes,
Yeah.
Most of them are full-time
No, they are
athletes.
all full-time athletes.
Actually,
Yeah.
From what I know, all of them are full-time athletes.
Yeah.
So do you think Singapore athletes would perform better if you all just focus on this full-time?
100%.
Yeah, for sure. It's a privilege if you can be paid enough to do something you love. Yeah, like who wouldn't want to do it? It's kind of like, what kind of example can I give? Maybe I'd say like a spin instructor or a Pilates instructor. If you love spinning, you love doing Pilates, and you're kind of like getting paid to do it, right? Like who doesn't want it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
And-
guess also I understand that like they can't fund and support everyone. Yeah. So you do need a certain amount of good
But I
enough
guess
achievements.
if you put it in perspective, right, you are the national record holder in Singapore for hurdles.
Yeah.
And technically I'm the fastest woman in Southeast Asia, but we're not funded.
Yeah.
Like, I think that puts everything pretty much in perspective, right? We're not funded to do everything. Like my trips to Australia, they're all self-funded. And like I look for sponsors outside on my own, and it's tough, to look for sponsors like this to kind of give you flat out cash to go on training trips. A lot of them, especially I think in Singapore, like our sponsorship culture, especially in sports, it's not a very big. It's literally non-existent.
There is lah, but quite
Non-existent.
not a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
No.
I mean, if you don't do videos like her, very hard to get sponsors. Like for me, very hard for me to get sponsors.
Yeah.
I gotta
When
say,
you
like-
need to video edit. Learn how to do social media.
I think I'm very lucky because I really try to tap into my social media.
Yeah.
But they sponsor me is also not because like I'm a national athlete, but like the followers count and everything.
Yeah.
So, like
It's a
any
whole
other
thing, yeah.
like
It's a whole thing.
KOL out there, any other influencers out there, less often like athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, I have to ask. So Amanda, you spend. Can I ask you how much you spend on your training?
Can.
Okay. What's the number?
So I actually engaged my own strength and mobility coach, and he's based in Portugal, and that cost me about $5,000 a year.
Okay.
Yeah, 5K a year. And then my swim coach, maybe about my maths fail. My swim coach, actually, he does it like out of goodwill for me because we actually know each other from a long time ago. He used to swim for Australia. He used to be a world record holder in a 15 meters backstroke. So he's kind of same age as me also. So he kind of knows what I'm going through. And he wasn't really supported by his federation when he was swimming as well. And then he went to the States and then he did his own thing. So it's kind of like he know what I'm going through, what's going through my mind. So I just give him a very nominal fee for that. So I'm very grateful for that, and I get to use the facilities at Tanglin Trust School. And then the training trips to Brisbane on my own, those are expensive because
you're paying for your flights and
everything, the flights,
staying
accommodations,
with you, right?
Everything. And then if I were to go for 5 weeks, Airbnb can be like 3-4K a month, and then you need a car to get around. And then on top of that, back in Singapore, you know, being older, you need to take care of your health, like the recovery things. You need to eat right. Like all these things are
Weekly physios.
like weekly physios, massages.
Still need plan for like in future we want a house or something. We're just talking about it.
Yeah.
Because we are getting older.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
right?
So in the past, right, if you don't have a job in Singapore, you can't even apply for a credit card. A lot of my friends can't apply for a credit card, and they are like 25 years old. Yeah, because they have no income job, like NOA, right? They don't have the income tax thing. Then how are we supposed to plan for our life after that? It's difficult. That was also the reason why I just wanted to step out on my own and have a full-time job. Because if I'm going to be living in Singapore, then I
need income.
Yeah, I need an income, right?
Yeah.
Which is quite a sad thing to think about, but I think we do what we have to. Yeah, I think at this point it's kind of like, I think like taking it year by year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have like a financial, so my uni friend, shout out to Mel, she is my kind of like, she manages my money. So she was like, she manages my money. Not like I have a lot, but you know, like all the insurance thing, and because of my dad, you know, all the estates and everything, I get advice from her. So she tries to help me say that, okay, you know, she's like, whatever you bring in from your sponsors and those ad hoc things, it is really just to like fund my swimming. So it's like in and out. So like there's no savings at all. Yeah, so then it's just what we have to do till, I guess, we decide to call it a day. Yeah, so like adding on to what she said also, like if Singaporeans, you know, if bigger companies, local companies, if they were to understand where we're coming from more, like any support would mean a lot to us.
I was going to ask, you know, since it's Christmas, I'll give you a chance to tell us what your wish list is. Like, how can Singapore help athletes make it better? Because it sounds like there is an ecosystem that is based a lot on, like, you know, a lot of people helping you all do things like your friend and then your sponsors.
Yes.
But what can we do to make it better for athletes to pursue their dreams? Because they're also representing us on the national stage. But yeah. Kerstin, you look like you have a answer.
I wish this because I'm gonna go full time, like for 1 year, right?
Yeah.
So no stable income. It's just really finding for like my own sponsors or just finding like paid postings on Instagram.
I'd say, I mean, as bad and as like cliche as it might sound, I would say that we just need funding.
Yeah, it's really just that.
We really just need funding to go. To train and to go overseas and do what we want.
Yeah. I mean, because right now, like, just really using your own resources, your own savings.
And it's tiring.
Go for training.
Yeah, it's tiring mentally.
Singapore.
Yes. It's tiring mentally because we're always trying to survive. We are basically trying to survive.
Yeah, and it's like juggling between trying to hold. Are you like swimming and running every day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except Sunday. I don't train on Sundays.
I don't train on Sunday.
Yeah. Sundays
I don't
are
train
only
weekends.
rest
Okay,
day.
so that's the only rest day. And then
Sunday would definitely be my rest day, but I would try and take the weekend off. But Saturdays is safe for days where I can't make any training sessions weekday.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
'cause now you got a full-time job.
Yeah.
For a while already, actually, yeah.
So then I'll train on Saturday. But I think there is still a way, there is a way to kind of do both, to prioritize on your recovery. But it's a balance, right? The work-life balance. It's just that majority of the Singaporeans, they don't prioritize that. I feel like they can, but it's okay. I can't say it from my point of view because I don't know what everyone's going through and I don't know what I don't know. I know work can get very tough, but at the end of the day, if health is your number one priority, that should be your priority. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go back to ask you something about the funding thing. Like, do you think in Singapore, and correct me if I'm wrong, because as you said, I don't know why I don't know, but is it in Singapore, is the thing where you get national records and then you get the funding? If you break personal best, then you get the funding? Or is that why is it difficult to, for athletes in general to get funding?
I guess you need to be of a certain level in like the Asia or the world stage. Yeah. So like my national record, previously I would be like top 3 in Southeast Asia, but right now I'm like 7, so all the more I'm 100% not gonna get funding even when now I'm placed like at the 7, and even breaking a record is just not enough.
I think is for me is what I can't really fathom is because she's the basically a top hurdler, right? So in Singapore, we have this system called the national carding level. So we are all like carded in a sense.
I wasn't carded.
Are you still carded after
I'm not
SEA Games?
carded,
You're not,
but
right?
now they'll be carding me next year.
Oh,
So
okay.
people are
this
quite
card
shocked. Yeah, I
system.
wasn't carded for like 10 years, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're,
like the
we're-
basic.
okay, we're basically tagged. All of us are being tagged like by how we rank in the world.
Okay.
So the highest level would be obviously the top 8 in the world and then the top 8 in the world and then like top 3 at Asian level and then top 3 at SEA Games. So we are basically being split into these different tiers. But as long as you are carded, you get access to
Gym, physio.
to use the gym, to use the physio. So that's very good. But she didn't have that like before she qualified.
Yeah, so all of it was your own funding. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I was
Hopefully
lucky
for
in the
insurance.
sense. Yeah. So it's lucky in the sense whereby like I could have access to a gym and I don't really use the physio there because I just manage my own injuries. I do use the massage services at the Sports Institute, but it's not enough. So I actually do it on my own outside on my own as well. Yeah, so I just can't. Yeah, I only asked her that day when I saw her in the gym. I was like, "Huh, you're not carded?" And then she was like, "Yeah, I'm not." I'm like,
I'm like
okay.
temporarily carded because of SEA Games for that period.
Yeah.
Then I found out like I guess the importance of it, because if you're carded, you can claim for a few months of loss of income leading into SEA Games. Like when you take no pay
Yes.
job. Yeah.
Yes.
Like a few months, which
Wait,
I
that was
couldn't
what-
get it because
Yeah.
I wasn't
No
carded.
carded. Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, but
someone help me.
But even with that, right? So I was on that. So that is called the Specs Glow grant of loss of wages, which is good. So I actually go on unpaid leave at my own company, and then
You're still able to get something.
yeah, I
monetarily
still
back. Yeah,
up to a certain point,
Certain amount
just
only.
a little bit. At least I'm not zero income that month. So actually we can apply for that. But in order to apply for that, you need to have a full-time job for, I think, you need to already hold a job for like 3 to 6 months before that.
Right.
And then if you're not coloured, you cannot apply
Can't
for
apply.
the
So I was like, what?
yeah.
You guys are really hustlers.
Yeah, it's hustle. We are hustle.
A lot of it is your own passion to, do this sport, but
Yeah.
also you have to survive and get a job.
So that
Yeah.
carding, like you get minimal incentives.
You mean
like,
the glow?
No, like specs carding.
Oh,
like, I think
specs cutting we don't.
200 a month or something. Yeah.
Depends on your cutting level lah. But I get
there
like
is funding 200 a month.
think I
So how
get
can we say like no funding? But it's it's too,
Yeah.
I think I get like 2.4k a year.
yeah, which is 200 a month.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 I forgot whether I'm 2. I don't know whether
That was
I'm
very
2.4k or
fast, man.
4.8k.
Yeah, so there's tier, I think 2.4, 4.8,
Yeah,
right?
there's cutting,
Okay.
there's levels.
Yeah.
But
But even then-
that's a year though.
Yeah.
So you got divide by 12.
4.8K divided by 12.
400 a month.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that is if we are not on this thing called the Specs Scholarship. So the Specs Scholarship, they actually pays you more monthly.
Yeah, way more.
Like they give you a stipend every month, but
You need
I'm
to read like top in the world, that kind, right?
Yeah, to get a decent corporate job salary from the scholarship, you need to be like top 8 in the world.
I think
which-
my sport only got like 2 people on it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
so it's
hearing
tough.
yeah,
but
it
even
is
if you're
tough,
on the
yeah.
scholarship, it's like you can't do anything outside of the sport, even if you want to.
You can't do another sport? Is that what you mean?
No, you can't like work.
Oh, okay.
Because that's your job.
Because that's
already.
our job already,
Oh,
right?
okay, okay,
And
I
then
see what
with
you mean.
that, it comes with like, then we are missing our work experience, and then we can't apply for credit card because it's like a stipend and it's not a salary per se. Which they actually changed the.
Next year, right? Changing
Yeah, I
next year,
think this year or next year they changed the
they'll add CPF.
the system
So that'll
a
be so
bit.
good for
Yeah,
the
so
rest
in the
lah.
past, like, there's no CPF and there's no nothing. You can't get
And
anything.
CPF is so important when you buy a house. Like honestly,
Yeah.
thankfully I had like 5 years of job experience.
Same.
Right? I had like CPF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
But-
why I guess okay I can quit for a year. Knowing I still have CPF
CPF.
next time when I buy a house, like
Yes.
I'm still fine. In a
Yeah,
way.
that's me too. Because I also started my job.
But 3
Actually,
years-
I was being put into this position of finding a full-time job because I wasn't swimming well in 2018, I think.
They wanted to drop you?
They dropped me from
they
the
dropped
scholarship.
you?
So I was actually on the scholarship for a bit, and I was a student. So then it was a student pay like 2K a month. And at that point in time, there's no CPF and everything. And I was going through a very tough time then because I changed a lot of coaches, and then I wasn't really performing. And then there'll be graphs lah, and then there'll be KPI say that we didn't hit, and then they won't like I'm not being renewed the following year. So then I was like, okay, I need to go and find a job. Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess it's a blessing in disguise whereby like
Your CPF and
it forced me to
got a
start.
bit more control. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it forced me to start working and actually have CPF. Yeah, if not like, you cannot even apply for credit card.
You get a student credit card, 500 monthly
Yeah.
limit. Can't pay for your flights.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are the things that people may not know. I mean, we see all at games and meets and races, but then when we saw it, I mean, thank you very much for like sharing that with us. But also, I wanted to ask you, because there are now younger athletes coming up, right? So we've seen Julia was the legs up in the women's relay, and then there was a younger sailor, I think,
Yes.
who also was
Yeah.
at the games. When you see younger athletes like this, and then you're talking about, juggling work and finding resources and stuff like that. What advice would you give them to keep at it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want this to like dampen them as well. It is hard, but then I guess maybe people like us is also showing that, as you grow older, you still can perform. So maybe there will be more support also for the older ones in future. That said, we still just gotta do our best to find our own resources. Because a couple of parents even asked, like, is it even worth doing the sport if it's so tough? And I say if they have the talent for it and they want to, they should, because your kids learn a lot about like all these values like discipline and trying to work towards a goal. Them wanting to put in the hours to train and go through that pain to work towards a goal. I think this is something that you can't get from anywhere else, and that follows them for life, follows them into like when they go into job. And if they start from young and as they grow older, like in their 20s, they still want to go on, by then they have so many years of like their sports experience, and if they still want to go on, they would be able to find their own ways to make it work, like what we did, because we know that this is something we really want to do, and we just find our own ways to make it work. Yeah.
Amanda?
I think for the younger swimmers now, the system that is being set up right now is actually pretty supportive for them. So I think it's good that they are young and they're just starting out right now, because I think like my generation and like our generation, Singapore is young, right? I think at that point in time they were still trying to figure out like what works for them and how to do it, because in the Singapore culture, it's very different from outside. So I really understand. I can understand where they're coming from when they are trying to, when they first started out the program, it wasn't that great. But now, having the CPF in the scholarship, and I think it would be that there will definitely be a lot more funding and support for the younger ones. But I think also what I try to tell them, actually not them, it's actually the parents, to just let them do their own things. Like let them have fun and just let them figure out what their passion is, And if they really want to do it from the bottom of their heart like us, they would find a way to do it. Yeah. Yeah, they will find a way. They will find a way to do
Really,
it.
we'll find a way.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Somehow, yeah.
Yeah, really.
Don't know how we got there, but we did it.
Yeah, really,
So
you'll
I'm
find a
pretty
way.
sure that they would get there too. And of course, you know, us getting our stories out there, it won't make them feel foreign and alone. Yeah, like our doors are always open for them to come for advice or whatever. Actually, that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to inspire the younger generations, right? From the past 20 years of like our experiences. Just like ask us because like we've done it already. So you don't have to go through the whole the whole thing about trying to figure out because we figured it out already.
All right.
Yeah.
So Amanda, thank you very much for taking us home with that answer. I think a lot of parents who have sports kids will feel better about helping their kids through this. And Kerstin, thank you very much for being here, and we'll look out for your journey because Amanda, this is your last year. You're going to your last year of swimming, potentially
95%.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna retire after 95%
Potentially.
on there.
We will know.
Getting there. Yeah.
I've spoken to a lot of people before and they said that you will know when you know. And I had that feeling actually just a few days before my 53 at the SEA Games.
But you broke the record.
Yeah. And on the high, it's quite good. Yeah, but I know that there's still more in me because there's a race analysis, right? And I know what can be better in the race. And also technically this SEA Games, I wasn't really preparing for it. I mean, it was just
don't say that.
it was a stepping stone for Asian Games. Like my training cycle right now is geared towards Asian Games. Like it's a whole year. Actually, 1 year for Asian Games is actually very short. Everyone lives on a 4-year cycle. It takes 4 years to have that one good swim at Olympics, right? So actually 1 year cycle is really very short. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm sure Singapore will be watching out for both your journeys and for a year to go when you're off
You
work.
trying to qualify
so-
Asian Games, right?
Yeah.
What's the qualifying mark? Time?
13.6.
13.6. That's the
0.2 faster.
We'll be rooting for you guys for sure. So thank you both for being here and wish you all the best for the upcoming year. And we'll see you at Asian Games.
Yes.
Okay,
Maybe
we'll
another
manifest
session
it.
after Asian Games.
Yes.
Okay.
You can come back.
Okay,
For sure.
Right after we'll be back.
On that note, that's it from us today at The Usual Place. And also, it's the final live episode of 2025. So thank you very much for staying with us this year. And if you want to catch up on the past episodes, head to the Usual Place podcast channel on YouTube. And while you're there, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you won't miss the next episode. I will see you in 2026.